my Sikh community. In these last 2 years, whenever and however I try to tell my cousins or my families about these vaccines, about this COVID scam, they will reply with a lame excuse, oh, we don't want to take it. What I have to because I have to go to India for a wedding. I have to do this and that and lot of other things. When I ask them, is it more important than your life or your kid's life? Either they don't answer me or they get mad at me because they know this is wrong, but they did not want to hear the truth. I want to confess something here, that I was living in some illusion for 35 years. I always used to hear Indians are very intelligent people, especially Punjabis are very intelligent and very brave. I used to feel very proud of that as I am Punjabi, but now what I am witnessing is a totally different picture. I am surprised the way they are in fear. I wanted to remind all Sikh community that go back to your history and try to figure it out, what you are doing and what you are supposed to do. If Bhagat Singh would have thought like you, would you be able to enjoy your lives you did? If Guru Gobind Singh Ji would have thought like you, he would have closed langars. He would have discriminated with people. But no, he sacrificed himself, his 4 sons, his mother, his father, for the truth, for fighting against tyrannies of those times. But why? Bhagat Singh was 23 years old when he sacrificed himself for the freedom of his people. But look into yourself, what you people are doing. I have one message for Jagmeet Singh and all the other Singh politicians. Please stop putting Singh with your names. And you people need to relearn the Sikh values. Our core Sikhi principles adhere to the notions of free choice, informed consent, and freedom of conscience. The Gurbani teaches us to be fearless, to be courageous, to fight against the injustice, to raise your voice for the ones who are not in position of doing that, to stand on your beliefs, to fear the one and only God, not these tyrants, not these so-called leaders.
Praise God!
I'm really shocked to see in these last 2 years when the gurdwaras and langars were closed. Seriously, these Gurdwara committees and their members are representatives of Sikhism. And if they are doing this, then they exactly don't know why these Gurdwaras are here and why Guru Nanak Dev Ji started the Langar tradition. Did our Gurus dream of this Sikhism?
No!
Did Bhagat Singh and Udham Singh dream of these Indians? Guru Gobind Singh Ji called his Sikhs lions. But just because government told you to close the Gurdwaras, you did. Just because these governments told you to put something which is experimental in your bodies, you did. Where are those lions? Where is that bravery? Where is that determination? Which are gurus, which Bhagat Singh dreamed of?
Praise the Lord!
If you people love slavery that much, then I'm wondering why they sacrificed their lives for you people to be free. And we cannot sacrifice a few jobs, a few paychecks to save our kids' future and their lives. Since the inception of Sikhs have been at the forefront in fearlessly battling for righteousness. How do you people sleep peacefully after putting your children's future and freedom on stake?
Cowards!
Me as a mother will never allow anyone to put anything in my kid's body. Nobody can dare to do that till I am dead without my consent. And this is my warning to these so-called leaders. Leave our children alone. Why is it really hard for people to think logically and say no to this slavery. The whole system is corrupted and people are totally brainwashed. It's like that air bubble inside the water, which is shallow, completely shallow on the inside, but very shiny, and it shimmers in the sun from outside. But the moment we prick it,
You're doing awesome. I love
the moment we ask a question, it will rupture, it will burst, and that's why we need to keep asking questions. We need to ask them why we must comply. What is the agenda behind these experimental vaccines? Why we are getting blackmailed to keep our jobs? Why are people getting COVID after taking 2-3 shots? If this so-called government is so right, why can't they have an open debate with us? Why do they believe that by censoring us or forcing us, they can silence us? Why don't they try to silence us by answering our concerns? But for me, if I were to remain silent, I would be guilty in my heart. I read somewhere people used to die for freedom, but now they give up freedom for the illusion of avoiding death. I don't know how much IQ is needed to understand that authorities and corporations don't give a damn about your health. Then these governments play dirty games by calling peaceful protesters terrorists, white fringe minority. We were at Milk River blockade. It was really great experience by being there. What I experienced there was lots of love and big hugs. And this media and political leaders are calling us terrorists. Yes, we are terrorists because we deny living in fear. We deny being slaves. We deny being puppets. But the thing is, they'll say we are disturbing the peace, but there is no peace. But really bothers them is that we are disturbing the war on humanity. But the country that calls itself democratic and lover of justice never tried to have a word with protesters. Instead of that, they got the Emergency Act passed. But the biggest court of all is the People's Court. And I want to ask the people all over the world. They called us terrorists. They called us conspiracy theorists. But those who call themselves worshippers of democracy, redeemers of peace, recognize their reality and tell them who is ultimately the dictator, the terrorist, and who is righteous. And for that, we all need to unite on this issue. This issue is not just a one person's issue, or one community's issue, or one country's issue. This is humanity's issue. Condemn that government, that machinery, that political and judicial system. And stand by the truth and stand by the freedom. Few days ago, Deep Sidhu, a freedom fighter in India, a prominent face during farmers' protest, was murdered. Now the whole community in Canada and in other countries are mourning his death. But why?
Why?
You people say state murdered him? No, you people are wrong. Your silence murdered him. Your cowardness murdered him. Not standing against these dictatorships at right times murdered him. These tyrants are not going to stop. They are going to kill more like him. They are going to oppress more because majority of you are going along with their tyrannies and complying to them. I want to remind Sikh brothers and sisters of Sant Jarnail Singh Pindranwala's words. The physical death I do not fear. Death of the conscience is a sure death. I will not sit back and watch our rights to be trampled on. I will not sit back and watch my children going into slavery. I will fight against this until I get my freedom of choice back. freedom of speech back, freedom of worship back, freedom from fear back. And last, I want to end it with the words from Jaswant Singh Khalra's last speech he made. He said, I hope and I will definitely say this to you. The Khalsa was inaugurated to protect the human rights of the world. And if you cannot protect your own human rights, you will not be able to give any definition of the Khalsa in the world. Again reminding every one of you, we the people are the power. Hold the line as they are going to play all sorts of tactics. So this is the most crucial time. Stand strong, keep growing in numbers, be peaceful. They are just looking for one wrong move. Anyone who feels relieved about these mandates or emergency act should not. We no longer have an effective parliamentary democracy. The charter has been contravened in multiple ways on daily basis for the last 2 years. We have still lost everything and gained nothing. Even worse, now that he has done it once, it most assuredly will be done again. So now it is time for us, the people of Canada, to revoke these criminals and their agendas. Not on our watch are they going to destroy our country. Thank you.